So these photos are photos taken of the robot. This is going to be a build of it after it has been already built in real life. And so we take these pieces and we've made a copy of them. We've made a component. We've taken it to the side, and then we do a scale inverse -1. That way it's a mirror image on the other side. And we're using SketchUp to do this because SketchUp has all those parts pretty accurately. We can go in there and start putting all this together. So one of the first things that we do is line these pieces up. We use those squares for the axle holes, and we just kind of line them up exactly. What's great is everything is 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch as we move through, just like in real life. We just use the center points of each of those groups to line them up with the other pieces. One of the things that you need to make sure that you do is use the arrow key. The arrow key, like the left arrow key, will give you a green axis lock. And then you could also use the up arrow key to do a blue axis lock vertically, and then a red axis lock on the right arrow key. That helps you move things exactly in the same plane. Notice that we keep on referencing back to the original photos. That allows us to get a real accurate count of exactly where things are as we're rebuilding these designs. These designs are rebuilt, which are really helpful for us to have this information later on. And we can go ahead and create them and then use them as a reference for further builds, or just as them in case we want to do something inside of the classroom. Now with most of these parts, we just take them, reposition them, we can open them up just a little bit. Most of them are unique, so they're not components to each other, but you can go in there and double check as you go through. So you can see here we keep on going back and forth. We're using that axle as our anchor point. Sometimes we'll go ahead and use the squares that are on the actual metal pieces and just kind of line it up from there. With the screws, we use the hexagon that's on there, and we can just use them back and forth. The screws are just kind of a nice little touch. They're not a necessary part. And you can see we're taking those pieces, moving them around, and getting them lined up just in the right spot. And we just bring those down until they're touching. And so we get that space and fill those in. Now we have the chassis done. We work on what we call the towers. The towers are lined up, and we make sure that the spacing is correct. We keep on looking back and forth and double check it with our sizing tool that's over there. Just drag that over. Now remember the link to this SketchUp file. It's an older SketchUp file, but we use SketchUp 14 at our school. So this file will allow you to kind of get in there and pull up the pieces and kind of get in there. If you want to go ahead and update them, you feel free to. But this is a collection of a bunch of them that we've used from different people that have created things, and some of these have been custom created as well on here. Most of the time, we do not make 7-hole or 9-hole pieces. We'll either just take a 5 and extend it and just get used to that overlap to make that piece, because this is just kind of an idea, just a sketch. Here we are putting together the gears. You can see that we've got the gears lined up just right, getting them set up on those pieces. And what's great is you can also, if once you commit a piece to another piece, part those together by using the group. And so you just go make a group of them and kind of set it up. Again, you can see here that since we have components, we have that right side, left side. It really makes it easy for us to get just one side done in a very quick fashion and the other one lined up. Real time, this build took about 45 minutes. So sped up, obviously, a little bit faster. Had it not been, intended for going back and forth with the photos and kind of looking at it. But this is the overview of kind of what that chassis was built with the towers and with the arms based off of those photos.